Welcome back to Washington Watch. I'm Tony Perkins, your host. So good to have you with us. As I mentioned, on the road today, headed to a retreat with my senior team as we'll be planning this week. I encourage you to keep us in mind, pray for us as the Lord gives us direction for this coming fiscal year. Well, last Thursday, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed into law HB 5, the Reducing Fetal and Infant Mortality Act, which will protect the lives of Florida's most vulnerable by prohibiting abortions after 15 weeks of gestation. Now, that came just 2 days after Oklahoma's governor signed into law his state's pro-life legislation, SB 612, which White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki called, quote, one of the most extreme state laws signed into law to date, end quote. In her written statement, Psaki said, quote, the actions today in Oklahoma are a part of a disturbing national trend attacking women's rights, end quote. She went on to urge Congress to codify Roe v. Wade into law. Well, here to talk about this disturbing national trend is Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt. Governor, welcome to Washington Watch.
Well, thanks so much for having me on. It's an honor to be here with you, talking to all your listeners.
Well, look, let me just start right where Psaki left off there, that this is a disturbing national trend. I think maybe they're threatened by it because more states stand on the side of life than stand with the Obama administration.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I know I'm doing something right when this administration criticizes the laws that we're passing. But, you know, the deal is I represent all 4 million Oklahomans. And let me be very clear. We don't believe in abortions. We don't want abortions in our state. We believe that's our right as a state and a people to determine that we're going to stand with life. So I don't know how much clearer we can be. Other states can do things differently. But in the state of Oklahoma, we want to protect life. And I represent all 4 million Oklahomans. The majority of the people stand with me. And we're going to continue to push back against the federal government saying that that's okay.
I would think, Governor, that Americans should be more concerned about the left's effort to codify Roe v. Wade into law than what states are doing, as you are, to represent the citizens of your state.
Yeah, you know, it's really disappointing for me. I mean, you look at this administration. I mean, everything that they do is just not what we believe in Oklahoma. You can look at their energy policy, you can look at the border, and obviously we're talking about, life here. It's just so barbaric to us in Oklahoma. Colorado just passed a bill that's just horrendous. They can abort a baby up till birth. We don't believe that in Oklahoma. And so we're going to stand with life. We're going to protect life. We've got more wraparound services, more church groups, helping with crisis pregnancies. We've got adoption agencies. I have talked to people that were thanking me so much because they were personally adopted. Presidents, CEOs of companies were left at a fire station. One guy was reminding me that he was personally left at a fire station and just thanked me for standing for life, because we believe that God has a plan and a purpose for every single person. And there are no mistakes. Every single person has value. And that's what we believe in Oklahoma. And just this administration trying to destroy that is just preposterous to us.
Well, Governor, I agree. And a moment ago, I said the Obama administration because they're both the same. Both of them are pro-abortion, although I have to say the Biden administration is even more extreme than the Obama. But what is behind what's happening right now across the country? We're seeing more and more states embrace the sanctity of life. I mean, to me, this is quite encouraging to see leaders like yourself, Governor DeSantis. We've had the governors of several other states that have stepped forward, Mississippi. I mean, the list goes on of states who are embracing and not just saying it in terms of a political statement, but actually putting action to it. What's behind this?
Well, I think people are just fed up with a one-size-fits-all approach. For me personally, standing for godly values, standing for what's right, I'm more and more emboldened to represent my people and the people of Oklahoma. And, you know, our founders had it right when they said what was not specifically given to the federal government belongs to the states or the people. And I said it before. I mean, every state can do things a little bit differently. I represent all 4 million Oklahomans, and we overwhelmingly support life. And we don't want abortion in our state. I don't know how much clearer we can be. We're thankful that the Supreme Court is going to take up, and they're hearing the Mississippi case. But you're right. There's legislation all over the country, because I think with the science now, we know that life begins at conception. We know that those heartbeats are detected, early on. That is a human being that can feel pain, and so we want to protect that. And we just think it's barbaric to do anything differently. The United States has some of the most egregious abortion laws in any of the civilized countries, and I think people are waking up to how unbelievable and how out on the fringes, the U.S. has been on this issue.
Well, and they need to be encouraged as well that we have elected leaders that are willing to take on the media and the left in standing up for the sanctity of human life. Governor Kevin Stitt, thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for your leadership.
Thank you so much, Tony. I appreciate it.